Now we're going to cover knife sharpness and keeping your knife sharp. Okay, so over time, as we cut on a bench, wooden bench like we're using today, or a plastic bench, we're basically starting with a nice sharp angle on our knife and we're rounding it over time. That's unavoidable. So the best thing that you can do is get yourself a good quality steel and steel regularly. Steels don't actually sharpen your knife, they just bring the edge back a little bit, okay? So keeping on top of your steeling is actually going to save you using your stone, which we're going to touch on soon. So the method behind this, I like to tuck my thumb to the left-hand side. The main reason is because when we're striking our knife, if we're facing it upwards, is we want to avoid actually cutting our thumb, okay? So that's why we have a nice little guard on it here. Next tip, we're going to stick our knife on a 15-degree angle, and we want to use the top of the steel all the way down to the bottom, and we're looking for a click when we flick our wrist at the bottom. That's just making sure that we've got the tip of our knife and we haven't missed it. Okay, so you can kind of hear that click. That's what you're looking for when you first start steeling your knife. You guys are more than welcome to go bottom to top as well. Again, it's not much of a difference as long as we're keeping that angle and hearing that click. So while we're talking about steeling, Victory Knives have actually developed a knife that has a molded 15-degree angle in the handle that actually helps you guys practice and learn how to keep that angle when steeling your knife. So now we've talked on knife care, using a steel, we're going to actually touch on sharpening a knife. Now, so today for this, we're using an oil stone. And again, there are heaps of different ways to actually sharpen your knife on an oil stone. I'm just going to show you my idea and my tips behind this. If we take a look at our oil stone, it's got two sides to it, okay? So we've got a rough side and a smooth side. The rough side is wearing the edge down and actually putting the edge in, and the smooth side is just smoothing that edge off and making it nice and clean to slice. What you want to use for this is just a good quality cooking oil. It's perfect for it, and a generous amount like I'm going to use. Once I've put the oil down, I'm basically going to spread it over the stone, okay? Once the stone starts to dry out a bit, you just want to make sure that you do have oil still on it. So to get started, I like to lay my knife flat to the stone, and I use corner to corner. So I try to use the whole stone. Basically on this part, I want to wear down any rounded edges that are on my knife. So I won't do this for too long. I'll do this side to side, and whatever I do on one side, I want to do on the other side. So once we've flattened it out a little bit, we're going to start to put that edge in it. Now, the edge I want to keep with is the same edge that I use on my steel, okay? So we're going to try to keep to that same 15-degree angle that we steel with. So from here, I'm going to do nice strides. I'm going to set the angle on my knife, and I'm going to go corner to corner each side, okay? And again, what I do on one side, I'm going to do on the other side. Cool, so again, I'm probably doing that maybe 15 to 20 times on each side, and that just depends on how worn the knife is again, and I just check that throughout, and I just double check that the knife is actually getting sharper. I'll look at the angle, make sure there are no rounded edges on it, give it a little bit of a feel as well. Again, you know when a knife's sharp just by having a little feel of it. So once we've done it on the rough side, we're just going to smooth that out. Usually with the smooth side, you don't have to put as many strides in per side. I usually go maybe 5 per side, and that's just making sure that any of that roughness has kind of gone away from the edge of the knife. And you'll generally feel this when you're running it on the smooth side. If you still feel it's a little bit rough, give it a couple more strides per side. So now that we've sharpened our knife on our stone, it's going to give a little tickle up on the steel, and then we're ready to put it to the test. Nice and sharp. Just as good as our Victory Knives cleaver. Woo. Super sharp. I hope that we covered off any questions that you might have had leading into this video. If you guys want to check out any of the Victory Knives that we used today, head over to www.victoryknives.co.nz. You can purchase anything online. Thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate it.